Once again, Meghan Markle proves that when it comes to self-promotion, there's no limit to how far she'll go, even if it means leaving Prince Harry in her shadow. With the suspiciously timed rebrand of her lifestyle venture from American Riviera Orchard to As Ever, conveniently aligning with the launch of her Netflix series With Love, Meghan. She's turning what could have been a genuine passion project into yet another vanity parade. From jams and honey to baking mixes, Meghan's business moves seem less about quality and more about keeping her face in the spotlight. And while she basks in the glow of her latest self-made female founder image, one can't help but wonder, where does this leave Harry? Once a beloved royal, now just a background player in Meghan's endless quest for attention. Meghan's recent People magazine interview has PR professionals wondering about her media choices. The interview came out right before her Netflix show, With Love, Meghan premiered, showing how she wants to be seen as an entrepreneur rather than an influencer. Meghan's choice of People magazine shows a clear change from her previous media work. She made history as the first guest editor of British Vogue's September issue. But now she seems to want a connection with mainstream American audiences. While her Vogue role let her highlight causes and changemakers, People magazine gives her a chance to reach more Americans directly. Social media expert Caitlin Jardine says Meghan's new media approach wants to connect with audiences differently since leaving her royal duties. Her audience expects content that feels authentic and reflects her values, Jardine adds, stressing that Meghan needs to tell a consistent story across platforms. PR expert Mark Borkowski sees a careful plan behind these media decisions. This isn't an identity crisis. It's a business model. The perpetual reinvention, the strategy vagueness, it's all by design, he says. He believes Meghan's unexpected moves keep public interest alive. Meghan Markle's Netflix series With Love. Meghan may have made it to the platform's top 10 within 24 hours, but that early boost doesn't tell the full story. Despite the initial viewership, the show has been met with brutal criticism, earning a dismal 2.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Major publications haven't held back either. The Guardian's TV writer dismissed the series as pointless and joyless. The Telegraph called it an exercise in narcissism, and The Independent slapped it with a humiliating 1-star review. Even the production choices raised eyebrows. Meghan filmed the series not in her lavish Montecito home, but in a rental property. An odd move for a show supposedly offering a glimpse into her lifestyle. And while she tried to add personal touches with shots of their chicken coop, garden, and orchard, it felt more staged than sincere. Branding and PR experts suggest Meghan's royal background gives her a certain marketability, but even that can't mask the growing skepticism surrounding her ventures. The lifestyle market is already oversaturated, and Meghan's post-royal track record isn't helping her case. From the scrapped animated series Pearl to the collapse of a $20 million Spotify deal, her list of failed projects keeps growing, making it harder for audiences to trust this latest attempt at reinvention. The People magazine features timing matches perfectly with these launches. Jardine notes, the timing ahead of these major launches seems strategic to ensure maximum visibility and audience engagement. Meghan shares more personal stories in the People interview than in her Netflix series, showing she's careful about what she reveals and where. Celebrity chef Jameson Stocks predicts we haven't seen the last of Meghan Markle on our screens. I believe she will appear on every possible show in the USA to promote her Netflix series. Much of her continued success in this space will depend on how the audience responds to her. And honestly, that says a lot. Timing and relentless self-promotion have become key strategies in Meghan's ever-evolving career path. But will this non-stop media blitz work? Or will it backfire like so many of her other ventures? The audience's reaction will determine whether this is a comeback or just another desperate attempt to stay in the spotlight. What do you think? As our channel continues to evolve, we want to hear from you, our unbiased and thoughtful viewers. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover, drop it in the comments. Every opinion matters and helps shape our discussions. And now, let's get back to today's story. Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand faces trademark troubles that force a major identity change. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office rejected her original brand name application for American Riviera Orchard in September 2024. The rejection cited problems with geographical locations and product categories. As Ever emerged as the new brand name, but challenges continue to mount. A New York clothing company that has operated under the same name since 2017 raised concerns about trademark conflicts. The Spanish mayor of Paredes, a Majorcan town, spotted undeniable similarities between Markle's brand logo and their historic coat of arms from 1370. Brand and culture strategist Nick Eade points out, Meghan and Netflix have a major headache ahead of the launch of With Love Meghan and her brand As Ever. The name and logo accusations created an unnecessary headache for them all. What should have been a clean rebrand has now made them look rather incompetent. Meghan Markle's latest attempt to conquer the lifestyle market just keeps getting messier and more shameless. Her newly filed trademark for As Ever reveals a wildly ambitious plan, covering everything from home goods and cookbooks to tableware, kitchen linens, body soaps, cosmetics, and even pet products. As if that wasn't enough, she's also eyeing yoga equipment and gardening gear, because apparently, there's no corner of the market she won't try to dominate. But, of course, Meghan's grand vision has already sparked controversy. Mark Kolsky, the rightful owner of the As Ever clothing brand, isn't taking this invasion lightly. He's now exploring legal options to protect his business from what looks like yet another Markle-fueled branding overreach. In typical fashion, Meghan's team scrambled to defend her, insisting that her version of As Ever will focus exclusively on lifestyle products and steer clear of apparel. Still, the damage is done. This latest move only adds to the growing perception of Meghan as someone who jumps from one vanity project to the next, leaving chaos in her wake. And as the legal battle looms, one thing becomes clear. Her desperate bid for relevance isn't going as smoothly as she hoped. The Hollywood Reporter criticized Meghan's connection with audiences. They noted her lack of openness and vulnerability that would allow a naysayer to connect with and change their opinion of her. Her attempts to seem relatable through examples like building balloon arches by hand for her kids' parties, instead of hiring help, didn't strike a chord with viewers. Brand experts stress that relatability is a key factor in developing likability, both of which are needed for marketability. Customer confusion grows as 77% prefer brands that match their values. Yet Meghan's brand message varies across platforms. Marketing specialist Lindsay Imler suggests the brand's mysterious approach might serve a purpose. She notes that it plays into Americans' fairy tale perceptions of the curious foreign royals. Professor Pauline McLaren from Royal Holloway, University of London, sees Meghan tapping back into her former brand The Tig, while adding these new regal connections. Netflix's involvement adds complexity as they become both show partner and business ally. The streaming service plans to showcase Meghan's products at their Philadelphia and Dallas retail stores. Questions linger about whether this partnership will build consumer trust and drive sales. Prince Harry's life seems to be spiraling further out of control. And who's right at the center of it all? Meghan Markle, of course. In their latest joint interview on CBS Sunday Morning, Harry looked anything but happy. Royal watchers couldn't help but notice his distant, defeated demeanor. A man clearly at a loss, both personally and publicly. Once a beloved and lively royal, Harry now seems like a shadow of his former self, dragged down by his increasingly strained ties with the British monarchy and his ever-fading public image. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, his broken relationship with his own family. After King Charles III's cancer diagnosis, Harry managed to squeeze in a mere 30-minute meeting with his father. Hardly the kind of heart-to-heart you'd expect under such circumstances. But can you blame the king? When he has warm, public meetings with figures like David Beckham, but can't seem to find common ground with his son. It speaks volumes. Then there's Prince William. The brothers' relationship has been in shambles for years, and their silence at their uncle's funeral in August 2024 only made that clearer. And what about Archie and Lilibet? King Charles III has no relationship with his grandchildren, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. A palace insider revealed that while the king regrets not knowing his grandkids, the ocean separating him from Harry and Meghan brings him much-needed peace of mind. Imagine being such a source of stress that even your father finds relief in distance. As if Harry's royal troubles weren't enough, his public image is taking hit after hit, and once again, Meghan's at the center of it. During their CBS appearance, viewers couldn't miss the awkward dynamic. Harry sat in silence, his face blank and his body language stiff, while Meghan monopolized the conversation, making it painfully clear who runs the show. Entertainment experts have noted how uncomfortable and sidelined Harry seems whenever they appear together, a far cry from the confident man the public once admired. And the cracks in their professional relationship are just as obvious. Harry's increasingly going solo at public events, like his appearances for the Invictus Games in Vancouver, leading royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams to suggest this separation might be a desperate new tactic to salvage their public relevance. But even that might not be enough. As if his struggles in the spotlight weren't enough, Harry now faces looming questions about his American residency. Former President Trump's comments about possible deportation only add to his mounting list of worries, and it's no surprise that whispers of Harry wanting to mend fences with his family are growing louder. The irony of it all? Despite turning his back on the royal family, Harry still leans on his late mother's side for support, with Earl Charles Spencer standing by him at the Invictus Games' 10th anniversary event in May 2024. Yet, as Harry himself once warned, history seems to be repeating itself. Only this time, the consequences feel entirely self-inflicted. In the end, one thing is clear. The more entangled Harry becomes in Meghan's world of drama and self-promotion, the further he drifts from the life and the family he once knew. And if he doesn't take control soon, there may be no turning back. So, what do you think? Has Prince Harry gone too far down this road to ever find his way back? Or is there still hope for reconciliation with the royal family? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss the latest updates and hottest takes on this ongoing saga, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. There's always more drama just around the corner.